Maybe I will explain the rules a little bit while people are coming in. For lightning talk, all of them got like 5 minutes to give the talk. We are already like running late. But so I would keep a time on my phone, and if they are running out of time, maybe they have like 30 seconds left, we would do a little bit annoying tab to remind the speaker that they have to really speed up and finish the question. And then when they have to like, when they're done, what they are supposed to be done, we have to give them a big round of applause so that they know they have to get off. So let's try that. Okay, good. So let's the first group, please. Hello, Artur. Please come and set up while I explain a little bit more about the rule of lightning talk. Hello. Okay, can I use it? No, it's not on. I don't know how it works. There's a switch. I'm so done. I don't even know how things work. Okay, so. Lightning talk, like I said, all the speakers, please come in the front because we don't have that time to connect. And it will give me a hard time if it doesn't work, then I have to like yeah, it works. Okay, good. So let's welcome our first lightning talk about EuroPython.
Thank you, everyone. How many of you know what EuroPython is? Okay, lots of people. That's good. So EuroPython was here 10 years ago, right? 2013. And this year is happening in Prague. It's in the PCC. It's a 7-day-long conference, so it's a bit longer than PyCon Italy. It's 2 days of tutorials, 3 days of talks, and then 2 days of sprints. And this year the sprints are actually free as a separate event. They're not, the conference is not required. And we recently published a list of sessions, so if you would like to see what's happening at EuroPython this year, you can go to europython.eu and click the link in the middle, and you will see all the talks and the tutorials that we have programmed for this year. The schedule is not out yet, but we're working on it. You can also grab your tickets and become a sponsor if you want to. And all the information are on the website. And one of the features will be the CRA conference that Chuk will talk about a bit later. And what else? Chuk will talk about it later. Okay. Yes. All right. We can talk about.
One most important thing which Artur did not talk about is that we have better beer there, unlike in Italy. So what? Yeah, and more so, not as good food as Italy, but more or less reasonable. Couple of things that you would like to know is, as Artur mentioned, we are this time we're planning to do like fully sprints which are fully free of cost, and we would like you all to bring your own projects. You can actually submit your sprint right now by clicking on Submit Your Sprint Now. You can learn more about the conference by going on europython.eu. We've got pretty much all the info up there. We're aiming to publish the first schedule somewhere around the next week or in the next 2 weeks. You know how it goes. Also, one important anecdote is that this website was actually made by someone who's based in Italy.
It's an Italian design.
It is an Italian design. So Patrick, and also the logo is also made by someone from Italy. It is also Italian. All right. Thank you so much. And now Chuk will talk about CRA.
Yes, I'm going to talk a little bit about the extra feature that we have, because EuroPython is a week-long event, so there will be a lot of things going on, except the sprint. We will also have a lot of events during the workshop day, so you can have a lot of things to learn for beginners. You can have a lot of workshop you can go to. There's like one humble data that like people who doesn't know Python can come and learn Python and data science. And there's also another one by the ladies, the Pi ladies, is also a beginner-friendly workshop. So there's also a mentor sprint. It's again beginner-friendly. Then you can learn how to contribute to open source. And the last thing that I want to mention is not up there yet. That's why I want to mention it. Is the CRA section. So what is CRA? So CRA is actually the Cyber Resilient Act that could affect your open source ecosystem, because. Okay, thank you. If you're really concerned about like your open source software, you can't use it anymore for your company, then you should really definitely come and join the discussion section. So we still have 2 minutes left, but I'm done. So let's welcome the next speaker is also Hibi. So he's going to talk about audio of Hugging Face. So thank you.
I can't find my slides.
So you need time to set up, right? No, okay.
No, I found my slides.
Okay, good. Are you ready? Okay, good. Okay, timer reset.
Okay, who here knows about Hugging Face? All right, cool. First of all, I am Hibi. My full name is quite weird, so just call me Hibi. I do some stuff around open source at Hugging Face, and what I'm going to be talking about is what exactly are we doing for audio. And first of all, Hugging Face ecosystem goes way beyond NLP. It's just for some reason we're just known for natural language processing, and hopefully by the end of this, whatever 4 minutes I'm left, you would know some of what we do for audio. In terms of the Hugging Face ecosystem, we have like a gazillion open source libraries, ranging from parameter efficient fine tuning to fast training and inference on Hugging Face, accelerate for training your models, Hub Python library to be able to load petabytes of data, JavaScript libraries to be able to interact with all open source models, everything fully open source and by the community for the community. We've recently been starting to sort of double down on our audio efforts, and for audio specifically, we now support quite a lot of sort of tasks, more specifically for like speech recognition. For those of you who were at my tutorial before or have known about sort of Whisper, which is an OpenAI architecture, we support 70x faster sort of Whisper, and you can sort of fine-tune Whisper 5x faster with the transformer ecosystem. We also support Wave2Vec2, which is the second best sort of speech recognition model. Also, Facebook released massively multilingual speech recognition models last week, and we're about to merge them like tomorrow. So you can also use that. We also support text-to-speech, text-to-audio. So there's speech T5, audio LDM, music spectrogram transformers. You can also use this for classifying audio. You can also get state-of-the-art speech embeddings using Clap, which is also another cutting-edge model in transformers. Not just that, we also have like a full-blown support for audio datasets. So pretty much all the datasets that you use in the industry or in the research, or in academia are on Hugging Face datasets. You can just go on hf.co/datasets, filter by your audio task, and you can get them. These are minded petabyte scale datasets, which you can. How much time do we have? Okay, which you can basically sort of stream through at the speed of thought. If you want to know more, feel free to catch me outside. Not just that, all of this at the speed of light, light, thought, whatever. And I'm just gonna try and do a live demo because why not? So we have, as I said, audio LDM, which is basically this text-to-audio model wherein you can give it a prompt. So I'm going to give it a prompt, techno music with strong upbeat tempo and high melodic riffs. Don't know what that means, but let's see how that sounds like. Okay, that was shit, but you can basically engineer your way through. You guys know ChatGPT, whatever. Give it a prompt, and you can do it. Thank you so much, and have a lovely evening.
Okay, so the next one is PyCampania. Ooh. Yeah, so please set up. And also, I forgot to mention the next one. So the next one can also get prepared for your laptop. So we can be faster, right? It's a lightning talk. So the next one is djangoproject.com. So whoever is giving that talk, please get ready. Good, okay. So so someone told me this mic is too loud, and because I'm so used to karaoke. Who loves karaoke here? Woo, okay. So you're ready, so let's go.
Okay, I'm ready, so good evening to everyone. This Lightning Tools basically is about local community. So for this, now I switch in Italian because in this case it's more inclusive in my opinion. So just 3 minutes. Ok, vado in italiano. voglio presentare la community di campana di Python, o meglio il tentativo di community campana di Python, perché ancora non è riuscito a partire in maniera definitiva. Giusto un secondo per cercare di capire quello che succede. Ok?
Oh no.
No, sta funzionando. Forse.
Oh. No.
No.
Oh, good.
Ok. Siamo partiti nel 2019 che volevamo iniziare, poi ci si è messa una pandemia di mezzo, abbiamo perso un po' di tempo, quest'anno davvero vorremmo riuscirci per cercare di avviare, dico campana perché l'idea era quella di essere più inclusivi rispetto a solo Napoli, anche se tutte le altre community sono in realtà cittadine e non regionali, però cerchiamo insomma, poi vedremo come organizzare magari andando in giro un po' nelle varie città della Campania. Cosa vi chiedo? Vi chiedo semplicemente se ci sono persone interessate a dare una mano a questa cosa. Che cosa ci serve? Qualsiasi persona, possibilmente campana ovviamente, che possa dare una mano per la community. In realtà non è, diciamo, ci serve qualsiasi tipo di mano. Per esempio, faccio un esempio, gestire social, ok? Io non sono molto bravo a gestire social, quindi se qualcuno che magari non deve essere necessariamente bravissimo a sviluppare, un programmatore eccetera, ma può dare una mano per gestire social, può essere d'aiuto. Ovviamente tutte le persone che si occupano di Python e stanno in Campania possono mettersi in contatto con me, cercheremo già a giugno in realtà. Avevamo intenzione di fare qualcosa già a maggio, poi abbiamo aspettato il PyCon proprio per cercare di ampliare un po' il pubblico. Cercheremo già a giugno di fare un primo incontro. Il primo incontro che vogliamo fare saranno uno schema abbastanza semplice, quindi ci incontreremo per un meetup nel quale cercheremo semplicemente di chiacchierare di cose diciamo tecnologiche in qualche modo. Il primo incontro verosimilmente si farà a Napoli, che comunque è un pochettino quello che concentra un po' tutta quanta la Campania, e poi cercheremo di girare in base anche alle persone e soprattutto alle location che ci metteranno a disposizione. Se chiunque riesce a essere interessato, chiunque può dare una mano, in un primo momento si può mettere in contatto con me. Qua sono un po' tutti quanti i miei riferimenti. Email, Twitter o LinkedIn, quello che preferite. Sto dovunque, nel senso anche su Facebook, su Instagram eccetera eccetera, però questi sono quelli che più o meno uso di più e controllo. Se ci sono persone in Campania, se non ci sono cercate di diffondere il verbo, così cerchiamo davvero di partire in maniera corretta questa volta. Nient'altro, l'unica cosa, se invece siete un po' più su della Campania, c'è già attivo il gruppo di Paolo, che è Python Pescara in questo caso, con il sito, quindi insomma cerchiamo di portare un po' di Python anche al centro-sud. Ok? Finito?
Sì, grazie.
3 minuti, quindi...
Yeah, that's probably all the Italian know. Do you have English track? Do you have English track? Oh, I can't submit a CFP because I don't speak Italian, as you can tell. But our next speaker can speak Italian. Are you going to present in Italian or English?
In English.
Okay, English, good. Okay, so there you go.
So, as Leo just... Oh. Oh. You can see that? No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Almost there,
Python
almost
Pescara.
there.
Python
Woohoo!
Pescara. As Leo just said, we had our first meeting two weeks ago. This is the first photo we have had, and we also have a website. You can find all other contacts, and if you want to join from everywhere, this is our group Telegram. So if you are everywhere in Italy or in the world, and you want to visit us in Pescara, you can join. And for something totally different, DjangoProject.com has a fundraising section, And you can go to the website, you can see something like that. There is a big heart, you can donate, because Django Software Foundation promotes Django Girls Workshop and other conferences all around the world, and it will be DjangoCon Europe starting Monday. And Laura Virginia did a talk yesterday here in this conference, PyCon Italia, speaking about how we are trying to renew the fundraising section on the DjangoProject.com website. The Django Software Foundation has to it up to improve the usability of this section, the website, and we do analysis about accessibility, it's more important. And we had the evaluation, and we discussed a lot to what we can improve. And we saw positive and negative things in the website. Right now, we tried to isolate what we can improve. But now we need feedbacks from user, like Django user or also Python user around the world, because you know how website works. So please scan this QR code and answer the question you can find on the about the Django website. It's very fast, only 2 minutes. The questions are very easy, and we ask only your feedback from how you found this website, and we'll use your answer to improve a lot this website. So thank you, and see you in the next conference. Bye.
Yeah, so do you mind posting the QR code on social media so we can also catch up? Yes? Okay, thank you. Yeah, let's, yeah, because like, it's very important to help the Django project. And next week, actually tomorrow, we are all going to DjangoCon Europe in Edinburgh. So yeah, but talking about that, the next talk is about torproject.org. And this onion looks a little bit familiar. I don't know whether it's the thing that you're going to talk about. Is it about onion, web, something,
Yes.
security? Yes, okay.
So hello, you can start the timer now. Hello everyone, my name is Kushal Das. I am one of the Tor Project core team member. Who all here know about Tor Project? Okay, so most of the room. So there are still not hands. So, and just for everyone else to revise the idea. So this is the website, www.torproject.org. We are a US-based nonprofit. We are a community. We are a network of over 7,000 servers, computers running across the world, which creates a network, open network, where anyone can connect and then browse internet privately. Do you know that your browsing habits are getting sold between thousands of companies among the world, and then people are trying to decide how they can sell things efficiently or sell you efficiently to other companies? Like, just yes. And then there are other bad things also. Like in different cases, like companies are trying to figure out, based upon your medical history search or other researches, like if they can charge you more for some particular, let's say, insurance and other cases. People with particular medical histories, they are always worried about how they can search privately. Activists, lawyers, doctors, normal people like us, we want to visit a website. We just don't need to tell every other million websites that I visited something and read about something. That's where Tor Project comes in handy. You should always go to www.torproject.org, download the browser from there. That's the easiest way to connect to the browser. If you connect, this is the page you see. And then you can open any website. I'm going to keep doing some quick demos. So let's try PyCon .it. So what is the most important thing here? That is, we are not connected directly to the website. From this browser, it automatically chooses a guard node, that is the entry node, which is in Finland. And then from there, it went to, again, Italy. Then from there, it went to Germany. And from there, it came to PyCon.it. Now, if we go back to this different graphics here, and I can actually show you how it happens. So, if you can see. So when we use Tor, your computer automatically connects to that first server, which it selects and stays around for 3 months continuously. Then in such a way the encryption works so that the first server knows that you connected to Tor, and then it is supposed to give it to the second server. It doesn't know which website you are browsing. It doesn't know who is the third server. Second server only knows it gets from first and gives it to the third server. The third server knows it got something from the second server, and it goes to the site.com, in this case, pycon.it. So that's what's happening here. And together, along with all of these features, this particular browser is actually based on Firefox, plus a lot of security patches, which makes it really unique, so that one browser tab cannot figure out what all things happening in the other tabs. And every time you close this browser, things will start from the scratch. So if I go here and just show you how it works, so it is now trying to connect to the network, and it got back. And you can see things are not slow. It used to be slow, but now we still have more than double capacity on an average, other than when some people try to attack us that way. And it's a non-profit, and it's a project run by people like you and me. And I know there are many people in Italy who are actually running those servers called Tor relays. So you can also volunteer, or you can actually start using the browser so that you can have a better privacy in your life. And you will always see that media and publication, news, like movies, there is always a different way to produce what is Tor browser. The words or the terms like dark web, deep web are getting thrown into against each other, and they will keep trying to tell you that Onion browser is bad. You heard about CIA. There are other things going on right now in Europe about chat control. I don't know how many of you heard about that term. Only a few. You should try to see what are these things called chat control and other things happening in EU, let's say the AC, and you will find that the companies, not the companies in this case, the governments are trying to make sure that they can stop us from using encryption. Tor browser gives you that power. To make sure, just try out Tor browser. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I have another use case that's how I heard about the Tor project, is that because, there was some unrest in where I grew up, Hong Kong, right? So everybody was talking about using the Tor browser just so that people can track you and what you are trying to do. So yeah, I think it's a good project and we should support it. And
Go on.
we have a next. Oh, you're not done yet. I saw the logo. I thought you're done. But yeah, so it's implement. Is it Italian talk or English talk?
It is in English.
In English talk, okay. So I can understand this one. Good. Yeah. Oh no, but the screen doesn't want me to see it, which is but oh.
Can you see this?
Yes, no, yes, no.
Okay. Hello. First
Hello.
lightning talk, so I'm very
Woo,
excited.
okay.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, so I'll be quick. Do you know what Italian queues are? They are data structures. If you don't know what they are, you are in the right place. I am Professor Alessandro Re. You can know that I'm a real actual professor because I use Comic Sans as a font in my. I am PhD, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science. I am also a Dungeon Master and a certification authority. So very qualified. Thank you. So what is a queue? Everybody knows what a queue is, or a line. It's a linear data structure, right? Used to manage data that shall be processed sequentially. Italian queues implements the CISO strategy, something in, something out, also known as first come, eventually served. Okay, so in this example on the right, you can see how to use the API. It is an actual test. It will, if you run it, it will work. The Italian queue, you get some data, you push the data in the queue, and you get the data with pop out. Okay, so it's very, very easy. Also, thank you, shout out to Nicola there for a tip on how to properly use the list comprehension. So very nice talk yesterday, so thank you very much. So how to implement that in Python? Well, we will use a node class, okay, that represents one item in the queue. Of course, the item has a value, and also something that follows it. It's a linear structure, so it has one on the left and one on the right. I will also add something like an insert method that allows us to insert data in the queues. Please note that this is a recursive function, and I'm using recursive function because I'm too cool for loops. So this is the node. The queue and actually is a class that will have the nodes connected one to the others. There will be a totally linear queue, okay, in the line that is initialized trivially to none. And then the push method, okay, the push method says if nothing is in the queue, I create a new node. If nothing is in the queue, if something is in the queue, I use the insert method that I defined recursively earlier. So this is the push, very simple. The pop is a bit more involved, so it's a bit tricky. If you know data structure, yeah, they are like that. So in some details are omitted for brevity, but basically, of course, if you try to pop something that doesn't exist, WTF, man, come on, okay? Control your code, okay? So you get the first element in the queue, try to get that, and depending on the presence of something in the back of the queue, you decide what to do in the queue, okay? So you save the value and then decide, is there something in back? So if there isn't, I'm done. If there is, I do something and restructure the queue. So that's basically it. I cannot go into details right now. So example, you push the data, Alessia, Bob, Carla, Dean, and even gets in the Italian queue. They get out Bob, Carla, Alessia, Dean, Alessia again, and even, okay? So that's it. How they structure an Italian queue, it's very simple. So somebody gets in the queue, somebody gets in the queue in another way, and eventually the queue will form this very large and organized linear data structure, because this is how we do linear in Italy. And you can see people in the queue. These are their example, okay? So eventually, okay? This is, it works. Oh, it was, sorry, I lost the most important slide. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Oh, you forgot one slide. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Do I have the time?
I'll give you 30 seconds to turn it
I
on.
hope it works. Come on, Linux. Okay, it works. So complexity analysis. Given an element, of course, pushing is constant. Popping is O of 9 3/4. Space complexity is obviously n+1. Mind complexity is O WTF, and time complexity is theta question marks. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you had fun.
So thank you so much for this like super realistic real life stimulation. Yeah, that's really good. So next one is Michael? Michele, sorry. I don't speak Italian. So, so it's about simulators?
Simulators,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
that is English, so I can read. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yes,
the computer is not mirrored for whatever reason. It doesn't it's not mirrored. Okay. So let's talk about. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about what I had today. So the problem is not what I had today, it's what I doesn't have today. Because today at lunch, I didn't get to have the dessert because I have to run back to give my talk. So
Okay, I think I found it.
yeah, so the problem is keep on finding, it's fine. So the problem is, so now I really crave for dessert. So who want to have a gelato? Who already had a gelato here? The first question. Who already had a gelato here? Okay, lucky you. I'm so jealous. I really want to have gelato because I still haven't had gelato. So who want to go for gelato with me after pie dinner?
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you all later. Okay, so let's welcome the talk. Simulator. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Let's welcome the talk. Simulators by Nicola.
Thank you everyone. Okay. So today I'll try to speedrun something which is a 49 minutes article in 5 minutes. So in order to give you, this is done to give you a new powerful way of thinking about models like GPT, because I think that you may have heard of it. So basically, who am I? My name is Michele, on De Simoni. Online I'm called Ubik. I am a senior, as I like to say. I'm a scientist. Google me up, slides will be in the Discord. I like to do traditional machine learning engineer, data engineer, and now AI safety. So what is the Shoggot in the name? Look it up, actually. This is left for demonstration at home. Look up Shoggot AI meme, and it will be clear to you. What today I'm going to talk to you about is this article, which is called the simulator theory. You can, again, look up the whole kind of article in by simply searching for Janus Simulator, which is one of the name of the author, or Simulator Theory in the Alignment Forum. This talk is related to AI safety, and tomorrow actually there will be a talk from Stefania Del Prete on introduction to AI safety, so you're really welcome to please attend it, because AI safety is very, very important, may actually be one of the most important things in the world right now, or especially for our future. There are some caveats, sorry, about this talk. I will use GPT, but when I say GPT, I mean like transformers, or anything which is basically trained as a next token prediction. What I'm going to tell you about will not be, will apply to everything which is a simulator, and you will see later what is a simulator. But this only partially applies to stuff which has been fine-tuned or RL-checked. So basically reinforcement learning from human feedback, so ChatGPT, Claude, stuff like that. This only partially applies to them. There are lots of caveats. Look up Mysteries of Model Collapse to know more about it. So we actually do the talk as a memento style, so from the end back to the beginning, so that maybe I can get across my point even if time's run out. So what is a simulator? Basically, whenever you do self-supervised training with a predictive loss, independent of architecture, data, whatever you do, doesn't matter, you will create a model. And this model will actually be better described as a simulator rather than other more traditional types of AI model. Simulators are very, very powerful tool, way beyond like the traditional stuff like agents, Oracle, or Genies, which you may have heard about. And by looking at them, it will be very useful to know, to think about them as a simulator. So what is a simulator? Simulator refers to model trained, as I told you, with predictive loss, self-supervised dataset, invariant architecture, doesn't matter what you try to predict. Is it a token, is it a pixel, is it a game state, doesn't matter. What does a simulator do? A simulator is optimized to generate a realistic model of the system. The simulator will not optimize for objective other than realism. That's what you get. This is actually generated by GPT. So it knows what it is. Current AI taxonomy are not good enough for simulator. What's the current taxonomy is basically we have agents. Reinforcement learning creates agents. Agents are open-ended. They want to optimize stuff, usually an utility function or also form of rewards. Oracles give you back answer. Genies are something like, it's basically an agent which does stuff when you ask it to. But is GPT an agent? Yeah, not really. Agent kind of really like their own rewards, and basically we can say that an agent is its own reward function. But GPT doesn't actually, the reward function of GPT is predict next token, and so you can actually simulate agents who do not care about predicting next token, but maybe care about paperclip maximizing inside the GPT. So that's why we are talking about them as agents. Why this matter? Well, this matters because we are probably going to build actually agent which will scale to AGI or ASIs or superintelligence. Most likely, they will be built off this type of LLMs. And so it's really important that we understand what the hell is going on inside them. This actually may be very dangerous if we do not do this properly, especially if we try to apply reinforcement learning on top of this stuff. But is GPT an oracle? I mean, if you ask stuff, it will give you back answer. Yeah, but actually oracles are trained in order to be correct, and they want to be perfect. But GPT does not give you back correct answer. It can give you back hallucination. So what the hell is a GPT? Well, GPT is a simulator. So look it up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. There's a lot
I will post the slide on Discord. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of information there. Yes, yeah. Please share the slide so we can read it afterwards. So next is David. Hi. So you say hype here. Is it are you going to be hype about it, or what was that about? Well, you're always hype. That's why you put hype next to your name. So yeah. Okay. So you are hype. I can already see a little bit there. Yeah, just let it. It's too hype, this thing. Okay, so there you go. Here's your time.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Davide Raghi. I work as a senior data engineer in Hype. Hype is one of the largest bank in Italy and provide several payment services, saving box, loans, and also crypto purchasing. And all of these services are in a unique suite that is an app available on App Store and Android Store. All our data are generated by the app. This is our data platform that is based on Azure, and we have several source of data that come in from marketing tools, our partner, customer management, our CRM, and we process all of our data with Data Factory, Event Hub for a real-time event, and of course our core big data processing is made with Databricks, that is an environmental tool that is related on Spark, and you can perform several tasks like machine learning experiment, ATL, and SQL, and you can put different kind of task of analysis. And we receive gigabyte every day, and we have to handle to provide a better service to our customers that are more than 2 million. But one of the building blocks of Databricks are Jupyter Notebook, and do you like Jupyter Notebook?
Yes. Very.
This is not good for me. No, I think that Jupyter Notebook are awesome for POC, for sharing quick analysis, but they have several problems that in our data team we highlight, and we come to the conclusion that don't guarantee a production-ready code. Why? Because there's no leaking, there's no formatting. Even Databricks has introduced black formatter, but there is no a linear workflow on executing different Jupyter Notebook. There's no code modularization, and there is a high risk of spaghetti code. There are no security checks, so if we put erroneously a secret or a library that does not respect security compliance, we cannot reveal in our code review. There's no package handling dependencies. In fact, you install pip via pip or via jar or via a simple wheel on the cluster, but there is no package handling that on the Jupyter Notebook. There's no quality check in general. There's no templatization. So we have moved out all the developing process with the Databricks VS Code extension that we have allow us to develop entirely our process out of Databricks. Thank you.
Right on time. Okay, so next one is how to launch a local Python community in Italy. So I don't know, because I think that if we're launching a local Python community, we can learn from each other. So I hope that is not just about Italy, right?
That's the question mark.
Okay, that's the question mark. So we have to listen to the talk to figure it out. So
Yes.
thank you for that. And why is it not so? Please, okay.
Takes time.
Yes, I think it's going to show in 3, 2, 1. Yes, good. There you go.
What's this? Sorry. Okay. So, I took this picture this morning. This one, yes. And this morning there was the annual yearly PyCon Italia Association meeting. Let's call it like this, assembly, actually. And what is the goal? What I understood that the goal of PyCon Italia Association next year will be to push the growing of new local meetups. And so I took this job, and after 10 hours, I will show you the solution. So I'm a data scientist, more or less. So I started with some statistics. It took quite some hours, and this is what I've computed. So today there are 3 local active communities, one in Milano, Biella, and Pescara. So we miss still 73 provinces, and then we are done. So what can we do? I am one of the organizers of Python Milano. And we have been around for 9 years. We have monthly tech talks. We have a podcast. So what we have learned is what I will show you today. So if you are thinking to start a local Python community like in Campania, what to do? So I have 6 tips. The first one, don't start alone. If you are just one person, it's very useful to have someone that help you, at least one. More is better because you need to share feedbacks and to some energy sometimes when you are tired after work. So better to be at least in 2. That's the first tip. Second, join the PyCon Italia Slack channel because there is a channel for communities where you can get tips, advices. So it really makes sense to get invited to this channel. Number 3, you need some basic tools, very easy to set up, some communication tool, Slack or Telegram. You can have a very basic website using GitHub pages, and Python Italia will provide you with the DNS and hosting. I recommend meetup.com because it works, has nice features, is also discoverable by other users, but it's expensive, so be ready for that. And then it comes the problem, where are the speakers? You don't need a speaker. You can just start by organizing a social event, and often people enjoy it more than the tech talks. That's what we find, because when we have tech talks, they ask us, when is the next Pi beer? To start, just organize a Pi beer event, and that usually helps. Then about the events. Maybe you think that it's hard to find a venue that hosts you, but actually that's not so hard. Usually you can find companies, university, or even local libraries that helps. And try to have a regular pace. I mean, if you do a talk in 2 weeks, then after 6 months, then people don't understand what you are doing. So try to have a monthly event. And if you don't have speakers, just have a Pi beer or social events. Money. My advice, this is my personal opinion, try to keep money away from the local meetups because handling money is just more work. So try to avoid monetary sponsorship, try to avoid registering an official company or association. And that's it. And if you need help, just visit our website or... Let's see in a year from now if this helps. Thank you.
So I have a question. Please get ready. So I have a question. Can we have a lightning talk if we don't have a speaker? Maybe. Okay, maybe. So next would be. This is very good. It resonates with our first keynote of the conference, like 3 factors that are blocking contribution to your open source project. So we always want to encourage people to contribute to open source projects, so maybe we should listen to this talk. Thank you.
Hey everyone. So this is my first lightning talk and first time in Italy. So thank you so much for organizing this. So a little bit about me. My name is Saurav. I'm coming from Delhi, capital of India, and I'm strong open source believer. So 2 years ago, I decided to start working for an open source project full time as a community manager. So my work includes helping community members to contribute to that project to make their path easy. And so the main work was when I saw that it is a very big problem that when a new contributor comes to a repository, it's very difficult for them to contribute. So I researched a lot about this, and I find 3 factors that block contributions to any open source project. And it's not only for any company or a project. Maybe it's your personal project and you wanted to put it on open source world and want contributions. So if you put these 3 things together in any project, I can guarantee you will get a lot of contributions. And I'll show you how many I got. So the first problem is getting overwhelmed by code. Yeah. So you can relate to this. When you start contributing to any open source project, you visited a GitHub repository and you find the code base of that GitHub repo very, very difficult. There are hundreds of packages, there are thousands of files, different technologies, and you have no clue which package does what. And so this is the biggest problem. Any new contributor coming to your repository, this is the biggest problem. So the solution for this is having good first issues. So as a maintainer or as an owner of that project, you have to make sure you have at least 20 to 25 good first issues at any point of time to make that project inclusive for the first time contributors. And these are not only code issues, these can be design issues, bug issues, UI UX issues, documentation issues, sorry, and making the README better even. And yeah, who hates a good README? So it's always a good idea to open that issue. So this is the first thing we can do to make our project inclusive for the first time contributors. The second thing I saw when I was working as a community manager, that let's assume you have many good first issues. Someone started working on your any good first issue and they are having a problem with it. So yeah, the meme. So they picked up an issue, they start solving it, and maybe they are having an error with installation of your project. Installations are not easy. Maybe they are having error with dependencies. Maybe they are having error with Git issues. So someone is trying to contribute to your project, they are giving your time. The least you can do as a maintainer or as an owner of that project when the project is small to help them. So arrange meetings with engineers of your company, arrange meeting with yourself, help them to contribute for the first time, and you'll see they will contribute more and more and more after that. So this is the second thing, the support thing, and you have to be proactive in this. So whenever someone picked up an issue and stopped working on it, you have to ask, what's the problem? Can I help in any way? And that too in a polite way, not like rudely. So the third thing is rewards and recognition. This is a very, very important part that that worked for me. I personally believe that every open source contribution should be celebrated. It's a big thing. Someone is investing time, someone may be working on holidays or on weekends to make your project better for the community. The least you can do is say a thanks. So say a thanks on your social media channels. Tell the world that a contributor has contributed something very good for your project. If you can afford, give them a token of appreciation. It can be a t-shirt of a company, it can be a cap, it can be a small badge or sticker sheet, anything. And it acts as a motivation for the whole community that if we contribute to this project, we can get this, or we can get simply a thank you post on their company, which they can show off to their friends maybe. I have nothing that. So these are the 3 things that I noticed and it worked for me. So you can see when I joined, it was 30 contributors and now we have 200. Thank you so much. It was fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I do like the term token of appreciation because I know one project, it's called Beware. Oh, okay, it's fine. It's not this next speaker. Next speaker is Maxim, by the way, if you don't know, that's you, okay? So a token of appreciation. So the Beware project, so I've been to that sprint, and if you have contributed to Beware, and then you will get actually a token. It's like a coin that is for your contribution. So I think it's very nice. I'm really jealous because I still haven't got the coin yet. I still have to work very hard to get it. But it's a very nice coin. So yeah. And so, wow, you're very busy setting it up. So our next talk is about, is it Latin or is it Italian? Carpe diem. Oh, okay. Well, you can teach me all about it. Thank you so much.
Okay. Can I start? Yeah. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Maxim Danilov. And who I am? I'm developer around 25 years. 10 years in the past I worked with assembly, and 9 years I work with Python. And I'm speaker on the conferences. All my talk you can achieve with this link. And I want to say thank you for two companies who support me. And I have a special thanks for the person who support me. Anastasia Sen created design of my presentation, Pavel Pelikin tested, work with my code every day, and Martin Achenreiner tested this all. And I want to say thank you for my family, Elena, Maya, and Mark. Thank you. Today I have a talk about generators. In preparation for this talk, I reviewed my past. Why I am here? Why I did to be here? I remember about PyCon the year 2022. I talk about complexity in Python code, and right in the same time, my wife waits me, and she is pregnant. After that, on JangaCon in Portugal, 2022 in September, I have a talk, and right now, in the same moment, my son was born. It was the first day of conference. It's all okay, I can answer. I was on conference, it was planned 1 year before, and child not. But JangaCon United States in October, my wife cannot wait me. He made a photo shooting. Okay. In PyCon the year in April, I have a brilliant talk about generators, and in the same time, my wife sent me a photo. My son did the first step. Again, it's important, without me. My PyCon Italy, I'm here. And my son you cannot see the first teeth in mouth. What I want to say, the boy full life live without father. But what I want to say right now, let's take Python. In Python we have one built-in iter. Iter receive one callable and one sentinel. If callable equal to sentinel, iter throws for us a stop iteration. If not equal, iter give us the result of call of callable. And we can create infinity generator from this infinity iterator. I give one iter, and sentinel is 1. This is infinity iterator, and this is better than iter tools. From infinity generator from iter tools, it works better. And what I offer you to do with that, we can create a loop of our life, and for every moment in infinity, we can catch the moment. Carpe diem. Thank you. Don't forget about your family, it's really important. Thank you for attention, and my next talk on EuroPython in July in Prague.
Yeah, see you in Prague, and please show me the picture of what's happening in July at that time. So yeah, it's very philosophical talk, but the good time is almost come to an end, and there's come our last talk of today, as a lightning talk. So who have get the stickers for, at the registration desk and found those cute bunnies? Who has got one of those stickers? Yay! So. That is actually the mascot of PiScript project. So I do believe all the good open source project need to have a cute mascot. So yeah, I found the rabbit very cute, and I think it's a good choice because if you have seen like the PiScript logo before, the Y kind of looked like the ear of the rabbit. Oh, it's so cute. Okay, so let's Valerio talk about all these cute rabbits.
Thank you so very much. I'll try to be brief. I normally speak like for hours, so I'll try to say in 5 minutes. Of course, my talk is full of live demos, so why not? Just wish me luck. Who's here knows what PiScript is? Brilliant, all of you, essentially. So PiScript is actually Python running in the browser, and it's a very fascinating project. Is first and foremost Python in the browser, like literally Python in the browser, genuine Python in the browser. It's not just Python; it's a whole ecosystem, and all you need to start with it is like a web browser. How to PiScript is very simple. You just add this line into your HTML file, and everything is ready. And PiScript actually works with calendar releases. So this is 2022, then we have 2023, and just like a couple of days ago, we released the first release candidate for the May release 2023. So if you want, you can test it out. It's open for testing. Very quickly, PiScript architecture is actually on top of Pyodide, and Pyodide is the C Python interpreter running on WebAssembly compiled via mscripting. And thanks to Pyodide, we have integration with JavaScript, and we have essentially the full PyData stack running directly in the browser. So we use NumPy, Matplotlib, scikit-learn, and whatever else. A few examples very quickly. So for example, we can have, this is a dimensional reduction thing, but most importantly, I'm using Panel, which is an interactive Python project to have self-contained applications in the web. I'm switching from Matplotlib to Bouquet to generate the same chart. I'm here using still PiScript to use NetworkX integrating with d3.js. So if you don't believe me, essentially this is the code of the application. There you go. So I'm importing d3 here. I'm just setting that my application needs NetworkX, and this is the full code. So I'm importing NetworkX, I'm importing d3 from JavaScript, and this is genuine Python code, and everything essentially works here. The whole thing is actually contained just a few lines of code. A more complex example, so Palpatine is actually happier. We do the same thing, but more complex example. So we have d3, and we can change different graphs to have Star Wars social network here. And everything here is actually done with d3, but the whole code is Python. It's not all about data, actually. We also have something else. This is particularly cool. So something we can try on is like that, as in I'm using the webcam directly here. So let's take a picture now. There you go. And now we download it. Of course not. This is all Fabio's fault. Kidding. That's actually me because I forgot a dot there. But actually, I can fix that later. But now we have the picture. Thank you very much. And what else? PiScript is actually evolving in an ecosystem right now. So we have in technology preview different interpreters, runtimes. So it's not just Pyodide, there's MicroPython also running in the browser, and you can switch between the different backends. So for example, here I'm running Pyodide, and you can see from the spinning wheel, and you can see is 3.10 Python. This is for a specific, is linked to a specific version of Pyodide, or you can switch to MicroPython, and essentially is MicroPython running in the browser. So how to get started? meet the PiScript bunny. So this is the official logo of PiScript.com, which is something I'm going to present to you in a second. This is the logo of PiScript.com according to my colleague Antonio. In fact, internally, we decided that we should use probably this logo for him. And so this is a public shout out to the wonderful PiScript and PiScript.com team. There's a bunch of a few people, some of those are anacondics, but not all of them. PiScript, by the way, is an open source project and open source community governance. And so let's talk about PiScript.com for a bit. PiScript.com is a project Anaconda launched recently, and it's free of charge. It's in beta right now, so I'm very recommending you to try it out. It's a very useful project to start with using PiScript. So PiScript.com essentially is offering you a dashboard, and you can create your own application. And by the way, this is the camera example I was working before, so let's have a look at that. So in PiScript.com, you'll have everything is ready, and I just need to add a dot here to fix my bug. I can save it and run it. And now, this is the preview. I start my camera, I take the photo and download it, and it works. And that's my finger, of course. Thank you
very much. And what's next? I think next, I feel hungry, so next is Thai dinner. So, woo!